Hello everyone, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge and welcome to today's video. Don't mind the crazy flyaways. In case you don't know, I live in Fargo, North Dakota, and I consider it the second windy city. You know, after Chicago, people say that's the windiest city, but those people maybe haven't lived in Fargo, so everything's a bit crazy. But hey, today I'm here to do my Kindle clear out TBR. As I said in my announcement video and the March TBR, I was gonna have a separate video for this because I just recently started a new job, and as well as helping host this with some other wonderful ladies and creators from both Instagram and Booktube, I wanted to make sure that I didn't overload my plate, because that's something I like to do, is get super ambitious. And I feel like based on what my weekly average of reading is, I read anywhere between 10 to 20 books sometimes. I wanted to kind of stick around that lower end just to make sure to give myself some breathable room, right? So I put together a TBR that I feel pretty good about. I have some substitution options. Guys, it takes me so long to decide on this stuff. So first, what I did is I wrote down all of the prompts, because what you can actually do, and like I said, you can go to my announcement video, which I will link up here, where I talk about all the details of this. You'll be able to find the templates and everything on my Instagram. It'll be saved on my story. As well as information of, like, we're going to have an opportunity to get bingos for this and to have prizes. So I really want to make sure that everybody is able to do that, because we have some great prizes. You're going to be able to win a full sticker sheet or set from Bree at In Love and Words. She has an Etsy shop where she makes stickers and other beautiful things. I literally have some of her stickers over everything. Like, I have stickers on my Kindle that are from her. I have stickers on my notebooks from her. She has Outlander stuff. She has bookish stuff. She has romance Booktube stuff. Woman has everything. Oh, it's right here. I have stickers on here that are from her, and you're gonna get a chance to win. That one's going to be US only, unfortunately, just because the price of the stickers, like the shipping, is so much more than it. But there will also be gift cards to win, as well as a full pin set from Smart Women Read Romance, which is Jenn, who's one of the hosts of this. You'll be able to win a full set of pins, actually, which is super cool. So I'll explain more about how to put in a bingo at the end of this. But let's kind of go over what my TBR is going to be, because that's what I was doing. So basically, I wrote down what all of the prompts were, because there's 16 prompts. And now you can take these 16 prompts and either make a 4x4 board where you use all 16 fit on it, or you can make a smaller one that is a 3x3 if you're feeling more like that. So my plan is to try to go for blackout on the 9 square board. That's my plan. And I think I have 11 books that I'm going to try to choose from to get this blackout. Again, I have options to substitute in if I change my mind, but I want to try to use these ones that are, I mostly tried to pick like older books on my Kindle, because for me, what Kindle clear out means is more cleaning out old things that I might have forgotten about or haven't gotten to in a long time, because I feel like my newer books are the ones that I'm buying and reading as soon as I get them. And then books from the past get forgotten about and don't get used. And then I'm like, oh wow, that book's been in there for 2 or 3 years and I haven't read it yet. So that's what I want to take advantage of with this Kindle clear out. So let's go ahead. Here is a picture of my board. And I did put this board itself will also be saved with a template. So if you don't want to make your own, if you want to use one that's pre-made, you're definitely welcome to download mine from the templates and use this. And so I kind of put the follow all of the hosts in the middle of that, because I already do that. And then we'll go through each square and the books that I have to choose from. So my square number 1 is Fave Author. And for that, I have a lot of favorite authors, but I decided to go with, you know, who's my favorite author that I haven't read on my Kindle. That's part of the thing. A lot of my authors who are my favorite author, like, I've read most of their stuff, right? Or they're not authors that I have on Kindle. So in this case, I have 2 options to read for a favorite author. I have Loverboy by Serena Bowen. This was her most recent release from the Moonlighter Club. Is that what it's called? I can't remember, but it's a spinoff from the Brooklyn Bruisers. And I was super excited when this came out, and then I added to my Kindle. I just hadn't got to it. I've kind of been saving it for a day that I like it. Well, hopefully next weekend will be the day when it's time. And so, yeah, Loverboy by Serena Bowen. The other option is the next book by Juliet Cross. Juliet, she's just one of my favorite humans. I also have loved everything I've read by her. I've read 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've read like 7 of her books at this point. And the next one in line is Dragon in the Blood. This is book 2 in the, I forgot what the series title is, but it has her Morgans in it. It has her dragon, they're not shifters. They actually have dragon wings in it. And this is the next one in line. And so I really want to continue this story. So this is one of the options as well. The reason why I'm like not sure which one I'll pick is that I'm a little burned out of fantasy after doing Pharaoh Fab. I actually have a whole like thing on my Kindle that is my fantasy books, and I'm just like, I'm a little burned out. So I don't know if I'll feel like reading it. But I love Juliet's writing. I love her characters. We think so alike. And so I just love reading her series and like what she has. So I want to leave myself open to that. Prompt number 2 is my oldest book. So for that was easy. My oldest one on there, which was actually on my Kindle clear out from last time because I didn't get to it, is Black Hearts by Karina Halley. And I think this is a Mafia book. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember what the blurb is about this one. And I'm not looking it up for now. I'm just showing you what it is. This is my oldest one. I haven't read like a dark romance by Karina Halley. And I feel like this one is, just based on what the cover is. So I want to get to this one this time. I'm going to try to prioritize doing this one. Then number 3 is a POC author. So I have a couple options for this one. And some of them will like double up prompts and some of them won't. So I think that if I'm having trouble getting through, I might read one or the other. So one of them is Flow by Kennedy Ryan. I think this is the prequel. Because I have the box set of the Grip and Flow like trilogy. I know there's like Flow, Grip, and Still. So whichever one is like the prequel one, whichever's first, that's what I'm reading. So I think it's Flow. But if I'm wrong, like I'll read it in the right order. I promise I'm not jumping around. I think that's what it is. So there's that one as an option. Otherwise, I have White Whiskey Bargain by Jody Slaughter. And this one also like counts as, I guess I didn't choose that prompt, so it doesn't count. Because this one also works for a book you previously DNF, because I did try to read this one before, but that's not one of the prompts on my square, so not an option. So that one might be a choice to choose from too, between White Whiskey Bargain and Flow. I think what the deciding factor will be is if I want to get sucked into a series or if I want to read a standalone, because the Grip and Flow trilogy by Kennedy Ryan, they like all go together. I know they're about the same couple. And I'm also really drawn to this because both Jesson and Crystal, these are some of their favorite books ever. So I'm really drawn to it. So we'll see. I want to try to get to these. Then there is an EARC. So I don't have a ton. Like I have been pretty good, but in total, I currently right this day have 8 EARCs ranging from the books coming out between March and August. Like some of these books I have quite a while to get to them, and I don't usually dive into the books too soon if they're not coming out for a long time. So I want to try to prioritize the book that's coming out the soonest. And for me, that is The Most Eligible Duke in London by Ella Quinn. This book will also double for a new to me author because I own some Ella Quinn, but I have never read one of hers yet. So if I choose The Most Eligible Duke in London, that will be 2 of my prompts. So I do want to get to that. The other two EARCs I'm trying to get to is Outrageous by Minerva Spencer. This is the next book in the Rebels of the Ton series, which I really enjoyed Notorious. I had a great time, and I actually got approved for the EARC of this one, and I'm super stoked. And then I also have Neon Gods by Katie Robert, which is going to be one of her traditionally published books. This would also cover a prompt for a favorite author because I've read a lot of Katie Robert and I enjoy her so much. So those are 3 different EARCs that I want to try to get to. Something that I really enjoyed about Kindle Clear Out last time is I did get through a lot of arcs. Like I pretty much cleaned up all my ARCs except for 2 that I had. And it was just a really great time to focus on it because there's a lot of people reading ARCs. So that's definitely an area where I will probably double or triple up on that and try to read as many ARCs as I can that week is what my plan is. Then number 5, follow the host. Number 6 is favorite trope. And so for this one, I'm going to choose Mafia Heat by Ella James. I don't think I've read an Ella James before either, but Mafia is one of my favorite like styles. And so I picked that one. I just really love this cover, and Mafia, whatever the trope within the Mafia trope is, I'm usually here for it. Whether it's arranged marriage, captor, captive, enemies to lovers, I'm here for it. So I don't need much more than that. Gonna try to get to this one. Then number 7 is a second chance author. So for this one, I have a Kennedy Fox novel called Hitching the Cowboy. I purchased this one quite a while ago. So here's my story with Kennedy Fox. Number 1, I love both Laura and Brooke. I follow them on TikTok and I absolutely love their content. I read one of the other books in the Cowboy series and I enjoyed it quite a lot. But then, because of on TikTok, this book is mentioned all the time, I tried reading This Is War by them, which was supposed to be a duology. It was a brother's best friend book. It was a forced proximity book. And I just could not, for the life of me, get into this story. And it really kind of shook me wanting to ever read them again. So, because I like to give authors more than one try, and I liked one and then didn't, I'm going to put this one on here as a second chance. Also, in my whole library, I don't have a lot of authors that, because I don't usually continue to buy their books if I don't love them. And so without having to go out and find another book by an author to do second chance, this is the closest I get to one of them that's a second chance, even though this is actually like a third chance. Does that make sense? It's a second chance after a book that I didn't like, because I really don't want to read any of their books after that one, because it just made me so angry. But I want to continue in this series because I love cowboys and I don't read many books with cowboys in them at all. And yeah, so I'm going to give Hitching the Cowboy a chance. Then there's a novella. I do have a few novellas. One of these, I'm only showing one on here for this one. So this was a short book, less than 200 pages, or a novella. I recently just purchased some, so this book might get switched out, but I'm going to go with The Midnight Bride by Katie Wilde. This one version of the book says it was 215 pages, but in my Kindle it said it was like 180, so I'm going to go with that. And this is part of her, like, I guess there's like a series of these like bride books. I have read the Midwinter Mail Order Bride and I really enjoyed it. So I want to give another one of these a try. And so I'm going to go with The Midnight Bride as my novella. And then the final one is new to me author, which I already said could be The Most Eligible Duke in London. It could also be that Mafia Heat book by Ella James. So these 11 books are what I'm planning to go for with the game, with the bingo board. So that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for Blackout with these. I do have a whole list of the other books. I obviously am going to try to read more than this if I can. I just don't know if I will, because the week that this is going on is also my birthday week. So I'm sure I'll be doing some stuff with my family. But yeah, so again, reminding you of a couple important things. This is going to start on the 13th. You can start it at any time that you want. If you want it to mean it starts at midnight on the time, you can. If you want it to mean it starts in the morning when you wake up, you can. People always ask those questions and I'm like, just do what you want, just start it when you want. This is all for fun. This readathon is literally just to help us read more, to clean out our Kindles so we can buy more stuff. If you're like me, you may end up buying more books during the Kindle clear out than you ever do any other time, because you'll see other people reading them and then you buy them. That's what happened to me last time. The bingo prizes. Okay, so how this is going to work. I have created a bingo form. Okay, this is going to be saved in my bio as a link. When you complete a bingo board, you will go to this form. You need to put in your name and your handle. And if you, and then you're going to type in the prompts that you completed. Okay. That's the easiest way for me to do it. Just to double check, tell me the prompts that you completed. and then you're going to turn it in. You can only turn in one, okay? You can only turn in one. It's going to be set up that you can only fill it out one time. This isn't a multiple entry. You can put it in for whatever kind of bingo you get. It doesn't have to be a blackout. You can just do 3 prompts. It's fine. This isn't to see like who's going to be the best or whatever. But when you've completed a bingo, whether you did the 4x4 and you get one, whether you do a blackout and you turn it in, I just want you to fill out the form, list which prompts you did. If that's all the prompts, then just put all the prompts. If if I finished it, I would put in, I did fave author, EARC, and second chance romance. And then I'd be like, okay, they did 3 prompts. Cool. And then if you end up getting drawn, I think I'll do maybe like a Facebook Live not Facebook Live, an Instagram Live for it. Or maybe we'll announce it, we'll announce it on the live show. That's what we'll do. And then I will message you either by your Instagram handle or your email if you send me your email to get your address if we're mailing you something. And if you win one of the e-gift cards, I'll need your email so that I can send it to your email, okay? That's how it's going to work. So once you complete a bingo, whatever point during the readathon you complete a bingo, you'll fill out that form. Again, you can only do it one time, but that will count as an entry. And then we will do the prizes. If you're international, you can still enter because you can win the e-gift cards or you can win the pin set. Jessamine said she's willing to ship anywhere. If you are international, you won't be able to win the sticker set. I'm sorry, Bree just isn't able to ship internationally. It happens. But there's still other prizes to win, okay? So that's enough rambling for me. I'm so excited for this to get started. Feel free to ask any questions down below if you have them. But I would definitely check out the Instagram and then the templates there because probably your question is answered there and that it's going to be the quickest way for you to find it out rather than ask me and wait for me to find it. But anyway, I'm so excited to do this. Thank you for everyone who's helping host. And thank you to all of you. And I can't wait to interact with you on Instagram. I'll see you in the next video and I'll see you on Instagram as well. Have a great day. Bye.